Bitch, they hate and you can't miss what you never had. Hey, hey, off the juice, clothing got me tripping. Cut the coupe, Walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was tripping. Ice.
Ipswich Fan TV here, back with another video. Today, guys, we're doing a recap of sort of a couple of games just before this. Sorry, I haven't uploaded in a while. I didn't know what to upload. Like, they're little short games and they're like 2-minute clips. It's just a bit pointless. I might as well do them in a roundup, but I don't know if you want to see more, but in shorter amounts. So we're gonna get straight into this. Our latest game was Hull. We got absolutely smashed 3-0, which is a bit embarrassing. When I was watching it on the iFollow, they looked alright. They just seemed to look more wanting to score a goal than Ipswich. Ipswich just sort of stood there and had some shots from the edge of the box. That was it. It did look alright attacking, but just not very good at shooting and getting in there. At the moment, we are 6th in the league, which is pretty good, but for our sort of standard, we've probably got one of the best teams in the league, but not the greatest manager, who is he's at risk of losing his job, which is probably fair. We've lost about, how many is that? About 2 in a row. One of them we should have lost, so 3, and then we beat Crewe. So the latest one was 3-0 to Hull, which is a bit embarrassing. Charlton, we lost 2-0 to. That was actually yesterday. No, that was Saturday. I mean, Hull was after, but Hull, yeah. We beat Shrewsbury 2-1, who are bottom of the league. Quite embarrassing. We went 1-0 down in the first couple of minutes, and we got lucky we got an own goal by them, and Jack Lancaster literally tabbed it in the net for our second in the last minute. We didn't deserve it. I don't know what's happening at the moment. We've got a lot of injuries. Probably our best players, and Nsiala is injured for a bit. Teddy Bishop, Flynn Downs, John Nolan. Who else have we got? Drynan, who's just coming back. We've got Gwion Edwards, who's playing brilliantly, got injured in training. Freddie Sears. Have we got any? We've got Vincent Young still coming back. He should come back this season. Apparently before Christmas, which will be a good little extra to us. But Teddy Bishop has been injured. He's probably been our second best player. Gwion Edwards has probably been our first, but they're sort of joined. Gwion Edwards has got 8 goals, I think. Teddy Bishop's got a couple more. I think he's got 4 or 5, which is pretty good for a centre midfielder. He sort of runs down the middle, which is pretty good for us. That's how we sort of play. We play the 4-3-3. We've got some good the defenders. As I said, Toto Nsiala. He's quite good at. He's not very good at distributing, but he's very good at just like taking the ball off him. He's just a bit wary. He's like a bit odd in the box. He just seems to dive down a bit more, which is a bit annoying. We have lost 2 penalties because of him. We've actually had 3 Stephen Ward, and I think that was it was the Shrewsbury game, I think, but I can't remember. It was a game that we won. Anyway, we also had an FA Cup game, and it was on TV. It was on BBC iPlayer. We counted TV. The last time we were on TV, we got beaten by Lincoln in the last minute. I think it was the last minute of the actual game, which is a bit annoying. I already knew this. I didn't know the score, but I knew they won at that point. But I was just a bit annoyed, especially when they beat us 3-2. We went 2-0 down in the first 20 minutes. Came back 2-0. James Norwood played absolutely brilliantly. He has been playing for the last couple of games, probably since his comeback. He's probably played better than, definitely, I'd say Freddie Sears. Probably the same about Drynan before he got injured. And Kanan Jackson has also come back with our little series we got for a couple of episodes. That surpassed. We got a very good team at that point, and FIFA 21 is out, and I'm very happy with my team. Just a little update about that. Don't know if you really care. And they scored in extra time in the last couple of minutes. It should have been offside. It was on the line, and he tapped it on the line, and the goalie and all the players were behind the line, and it should have been offside, but the ref linesman didn't see it. It's quite hard to see it. There was a couple of players in front, and it was counted as a goal, which is a bit annoying, but we didn't really care. We literally put our youth team out for, well, not a youth team, but players that hadn't had a game yet, or had had a game but not very long on the pitch. So people like Caden Jackson, who actually, that was his first game back from injury, which was pretty good for his little performance. I think it was James Norwood. No, it was James Norwood. He came on with a little starter game in a cup that we don't really care about. FA Cup, we're not going to win it, so what's the point? Players like League 1 and League 2 and non-league will obviously benefit off this because they need money, and it gives them money if they get progress through. But with Ipswich, we've got a massive stadium, we've got on a right budget, we're not going to go anywhere. At this moment in time, we are sixth. I think I've already said that, which is a bit embarrassing, and we've lost. And we beat Crewe, and we beat Shrewsbury, and we've lost. Out of our 5 last games, we've only won 2, which is very bad for the sort of club we've got. We're probably best team in the league, 6th. Paul Lambert should go, I think, personally. He's not... He does well against the smaller teams, but the smaller teams we should easily beat with our team. We've got injuries dropping down like little flies, and we're playing players like Liam Gibbs, who hasn't had a game all season, even in cups, and is suddenly coming straight into the first team against a good side of Charlton, who have good attackers. We've also got the people like Brett McGavin, who's coming through. He's quite good. In my eye, I think he's probably been one of our best players, well, from his start, which is quite good for a youngster, especially if we have people like Jack Lancaster, Teddy Bishop, all our academy. We could have an academy midfield of Flynn Downs, Jack Lancaster, and all of these players, and we're doing quite well on the academy side. It's just they need more experience, and especially Luke Chambers has probably had one of his best seasons for us yet, playing right back. He's not made a bad mistake. He's solid. He puts in, when we played Blackpool, absolutely brilliant balls, switching it so players like Freddie Sears can cross it in, get in there. And he even scored a really good goal against Blackpool, which we won 4-1, which is pretty good for us, especially he had a bit of dodgy seasons when we went down in the Championship, which cost us a couple of points. Which is nice to see one of our main experienced players playing well, especially as he's had like 12 years at the club, which is mental. I had some programs to the side here from one of my person that gave me some really old programs, and he was there from like 2012. People like players from like when Jim Midget was about to leave, I think. I'm not sure though. It was a long time ago. So he's been quite stick with our club, and also we played. I think it was Johnny Williams against Charlton. He was all right. He was for Charlton, not for us. He got injured as soon as he played there. And there's some players that we've let go, like Josh Emmanuel, playing for, I think it was Hull, at left back, quite solid. It's just when he was there, he was a bit young. He wasn't very good. He played 5 games, and that was the season that we went down. So it wasn't like he was our priority at that point. It was priority to keep up in the Championship, and not to bring through players at that time. I think at the start of the season it looked hopeful, but every season it looks hopeful for the Stars, especially with Paul Lambert and how he plays. He pushes about far. We've got multiple injuries and we can't hold on. We're 6th in the league, and we've got probably one of the biggest stadiums, biggest transfer club, everything, and we're 6th in the league. Obviously we can't go to games yet because of COVID. But from I think it's the 14th or the 16th of December, we can go with 2,000 fans. So hopefully we can go to one of our first games, which is pretty good for how long I've been waiting to play and watch football for Ipswich. We're obviously not playing the greatest, but it's better than just staying home and watching it on the laptop or computer. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Remember, like and subscribe. I think we're on like 57, 58 subscribers, which is pretty good. So yeah, like, subscribe, and bye.
Cause my heart goes